Howdy, folks. How are we all this morning? Um, Hope you guys are doing pretty well. So we've got a fair few people in here this morning. I'm going to say hello to everyone here. Let's come on stream. Who do I have? I've got the plumber. G'day, Norman. How are you? SF Ranton. It's very windy and freezing cold out here at the moment. I was going to go and do a live stream at a station called Wombara up the coast. We got the steam train running this long weekend. Hello, the plumber. How are you? Hello, Ethan. Randall's still up.
Howdy, folks. How are we all this morning?
Creepy Gary, how are you? You keep your snow up there for the weekend, mate. I don't need it down here. It's cold enough. I was out on the Gary, 100 degrees. Yeah, lucky. I mean, the wind chill we've been getting out here at the moment, I'm not going to convert it to Fahrenheit. I was up at Scarborough yesterday and getting some shots of the freight trains and mainly the 59 class of steam engine and Mikado that's doing shuttle runs at the moment. Kevin, thanks, Kevin. Yeah, I couldn't remember your first name, Kevin. Memory bank's not working too well at the moment. I was up there yesterday. The wind did die down a bit, but it was down to about, the wind chill factor was roughly about 3-4 degrees, and it dropped down to about -1. That's by the thermometer I had. I don't know where this meteorology gets its temperatures from, but I tell you what, yeah, I wasn't too happy. Today I was going to go up to a place called Wombara, which is just a bit further, the next station down from it. And it's a good spot to hear that steam engine running now, working, because it's got a bit of a grade there. You got a new train today, Ethan? Share with us what you got today, hey? So I am not going to try to drag this stream out too much today, because what I would like to do, I'd like to get up there today and get some shots up on the hill. And also, I better try to see if I can get a ticket on it tomorrow. Yeah, I have. I haven't looked at it for a while, Kevin. I need to have a look at his progress. For some reasons, I haven't been getting his. I don't know if he's got anything new lately, but I took his. I followed his instructions on how to install the turntable, like what I've got on my layout. I've been doing some final touches on my layout this week. I'm not going to have any trains running today because the construction crew is still going. Let me show you what I got. I've got a new camera installed, and this is at the turntable. Let me show you guys. I've painted up the turntable. It's not showing the proper color in here for some reason. It's not showing the proper colors, but I'll repaint it into the concrete color. Done the ties and the track. Still needs a bit of touching up. Yeah, I know this bit here is rough, but I mean, I've got to change the tape here because that's got the optical sensor for calibrating the turntable. Now I'm thinking about putting some extra storage track. I'm thinking about putting another one up in here and another short one here, just to clear the main line up. Oh, that sounds pretty good there. Are you in New Lennox today, Ethan? Oh, cool. I got friends in New Lennox. Who knows? One day when I get over there, if I get over there, we might cross paths because I go to New Lennox a fair bit. Yeah, it is a big turntable, Norman. I am going to be running the big boy, but the other thing is, I will be doing a lot of double heading, dual engines, and I thought I'll just use a turntable so I can don't have to uncouple the sets. It is designed for the big boy. I would like to get the Australian Garrett, but that's a little bit too expensive, and the way people are bidding for it on eBay is absolutely atrocious. So that's done. I have put let me try to move this camera a little bit. It's sitting up on top of the roundhouse at the moment. You're seeing the distance, so I'll put some lights in the coal tower. I still want to separate the wiring from the diesel shop to the coal tower so it lights up. I'll just turn my lights up so you can see. I know it's not dark enough, but it illuminates pretty good for what I want. I will separate the lighting so it's not so bright from the diesel shop. Hey, John, how are you? So that's what's happening there. Once I finish the track lane where the excavator and that is, I'm going to put the other lights up in here, where the guys are working on, as well as a couple of lights here and on the other side of the diesel shop. Now, those lights are going to work lock normal and lock. When street lights come on, they will come on. Hey, Rick, how are you, buddy? Nice to have you join in. So, hey, Randall, you didn't feed me rabbit. I didn't know there was a club at New Lennox, Ethan. Thank you very much for letting me know. I will have to have a look at that next time I'm over. I do stay at a friend's place at New Lennox, if you're interested in it, Ethan, down by where the bowling alley is. They live at the back of there, so that's where I normally hang out. So, anyway, so I'm starting to put the final touches. I've only got another 2 weeks to finish it, so I'm going to try to finish it within the next week or two. Clean the track up and that. I will finish up the scenery up on this part once I fix the turntable into place. So that's what's that's the progress. I will take photographs and that of it once it's done, to get the true color of the turntable. It will be weathered in time. Once the tracks, once I've got the tracks at the final, you can say the final resting place. So that will get done sometime during this week. Yeah. Now, what I'm going to do now is actually, what I'm going to do now is I will actually put my link up. Who are you referring to, Lionel? Battery about Lionel trains, Ethan? Yeah, I don't mind the Lionel trains. I mean, they do make some interesting models. So, okay, so I'll give some of you guys a link if you want to come in for a chat. Now, I was hoping to do a mail call last weekend, but the parcel didn't turn up till this week because the guy that I bought the stuff from in Sydney, from where I normally get my stuff on eBay, who does a 99-cent auctions. Well, they start from 99 cents. They don't cost 99 cents. The auctions start from there. So I've got another parcel this week, so I'm going to open it up. Well, Ethan, the invite's there. If you want to come in, you come in. But as I said, I won't be on too long. He's packed everything well. As you can see, he's always got these parcel boxes. Nothing gets thrown in envelopes. Very well packaged with. Hey, Rick, how are you, buddy? Newspaper, very well. Now, these models that I've got here, the Australian and British models, as well as Kevin, the what's the date on the paper? Oh, hang on, Rick, let me have a look. It's a telegraph. Where is his date? Oh, here we go, at the front. It's last Friday's, Rick. Yeah. Yeah, 3rd of June, it was last week's. So it's about a week old. Here, you can have you want the crosswords? You want the crosswords, Rick? I'll send you over the crosswords. Yeah, it's in there. If you ever scroll up the chat, you'll find it there, Ethan. You know, about like this side up. Hey, CD, how are you, buddy? Hey, Randall, how are you? You're sounding like a guitar.
I had a pretty bad cold that knocked me out of commission for a few weeks, so I'm just getting around.
Hey, Ennis, how are you? Chesco, how are you, buddy? Now, yeah, I'm not going to be on long. I want to try to get that steam engine today up in the northern suburbs. So I'm not going to have the stream for too long. I know she's up there now. She does about 5 trips a day. Okay, Kevin, you take care of yourself. Thank you for joining, and we'll catch up to you very, very soon. I believe they're going to get pounded by a lot of bad weather soon too. Now, I got these trucks. They're borderline for our scale. They're die-cast models, but they were typically the little trucks, service trucks we had in our area, because I am doing some Australian modelling. I thought these would suit. They would suit me down the ground. They're a little bit bigger than I thought, but you can always place them. I can always place them somewhere along the line on the layout. We'll even get them 3D scanned and have them 3D printed. And that's the old Beckfords. This one's the beer truck carrying the beer. Yeah, even if I'm 3D printing this down, they're Corgi models. They just need to be shrunk down a little bit in size. But it'd be a good addition for the Australian style modelling. An old AEC, another one of the common trucks we had in the area. And it will suit the era. Oh, thank you, whoever's doing that. It might be Rick. To suit the era that I'm doing, which was the early mid-70s. We had a lot of these running around. I remember them having used to be dump trucks, and what's the other one we had? We had oh, sorry, there's something in me eye. We used to have home delivered what we call soft drink, or you guys call soda. Gary might remember like the Crystal, and I can't think of the name of the other company that used to make soda pops locally, and it used to be home delivery. The guys used to come around to your house, like the milk truck, probably once or maybe twice a week, and you used to be able to buy your drinks off the back of the truck. Well, yeah, they are. Well, they're not quite 30s, 40s. They're more late 50s or more 60s to 70s. There is, I think, I actually nearly bought one a few years ago. It was one restored. They had a V8 petrol motor in it. I nearly bought one as a work truck for me. But he sold up real quick. Oh, here he is back again. You must live somewhere between here and Sydney, Randall. I got a good buy on this. What did I get? I think there were 4 or 5 models. And my winning bid, I think it was about $52 Australian, which is roughly about $45 American.
I don't know if you can hear me, but I can't see or hear you. So,
Yeah. So I got the. I don't know if we can use that as a fuel tanker or a. Let me enlarge myself. I don't know if I can use that as a fuel tanker, an oil tanker, or Like what we had in a lot of places here is the septic tanks. So it can also be made up like a poo truck. Yeah, so I've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. And here's another Bedford. Oh, man. This show's really going. This show's really becoming the show of desperados. How are you, Daryl? The poop truck, yeah. Well, you guys call it a poop truck. We'll call it poo trucks. And I've got another. I'll just show you guys this one. And I've got another little beer truck, Ken's Beer. Another Bedford. It's got a little bull bar at the front, or a nudge bar at the front. So, okay. Daryl's starting to confuse me. What are you doing, Daryl?
No, I was just seeing if I could join your broadcast.
Hang on, let me kick you out. Let me kill one of yours.
Oh, that's okay.
You there?
Yeah, I'm here, brother.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah. This one here, yeah, you can say that. Yeah, truck of. Funny you say that, because our politicians came up again last night with the talk about putting high-speed trains between Sydney and Newcastle, which is our northern main city or sister city of the Wollongong. It used to be still isn't partially, still fabricating city. Takes you 3 hours to get up there by train. And from Wollongong to Sydney to Wollongong down to where I am, it'll 45 minutes. Now, I've been hearing these stories since I was a kid. We also was going to do a project between Sydney and Melbourne. I even tendered for it back in the late 80s. Didn't happen, so yeah. So yeah, that's all I got in the mailbag this week. I have got some more stuff coming from the US. I've got 2 parcels coming from the US. Excuse me, and another one coming from China. But all I've got coming from China is I ordered the lantern lights for the coal tower because I couldn't find the ones that I had. And as always, when you buy something, you go scrounging around for something else, guess what you find? The stuff you lost. So they'll still come in handy. They brighten up reasonably well. They're not too dull. I have got a resistor in it, but I forgot I was actually using the lights off the power pack, which is 4 volts. So if I take the resistor off it, there will be a tad brighter. So I'll just leave it as it is for now. I might put it on the lighted decoder for the time being, because I'm going to have plenty of them. Because I'm removing them off my signals. I'm not going to use them as signal decoders anymore. I'm going to be using them as just lighted decoders for the carriages and maybe some structures. Because a lot of the programs like JMRI and my train controller can't seem to pick up NCE Lighted's address for the signaling. The numbers don't correspond to to what I program the numbers to what they are reading is two totally different numbers. So yeah, I'm getting rid of the NC United as my signaling decoder. I don't recommend it as a signal decoder. They're good, but to get my signals operating at JMRI, it took me like a week to figure out the address. So what have you been up to, Daryl?
Can everyone see me and hear me? I can't see the chat for some unknown reason. So this is the first time, and thank you, Artie, for inviting me on. Hello, everybody.
Yeah, they're talking all
Hey,
crap
Daryl.
about you. Yeah, that's fine. You're fine, Daryl. They're talking crap about you, but you'll be right.
Well, I wouldn't expect anything less. That means everybody loves me. No,
Yeah, well, this is the same to me.
No, I just happened to catch you live, and then you threw out that favorite to if anybody wanted to come on, and I just clinked onto it. So here I am.
Yeah. Well, you're welcome to come on. I'm normally here on. I'm here nearly every Sunday. Or sorry, Saturday, US time, Eastern time, 8:00, which makes it what 4-5 o'clock your time, Daryl.
Yeah, it is 5:30. It's about 5:30 right now.
5:30. Okay. All right.
Okay, I just took my. Can everybody still see me? Right?
Yeah, we can all see you.
Okay, all right. So I just turned on my. I just turned on the chat. So.
Oh yeah, I found it.
Yeah, now I see. Now I see everybody.
Yeah, well, I got let down by some computer technician 2 weeks ago. I was hoping he was going to reach out so we can actually sort out. I want to do a music intro within the 5 minutes before I start my show, but
Right.
I think his little saplings kept him preoccupied, or his memory loss. He's suffering from a memory loss issue. I'm not mentioning any names, but hopefully I'll get that sorted out soon. Today I'm only going to try to keep it to an hour because I do want to get some more shots of the steam train.
Right.
I was lucky yesterday. I got some wheat trains coming down the escarpment. Now, the place where I was filming at is as far as the 59 class. It's an American-built Mercator with Australian tender. It goes up to this point of the line, and with our main line to Sydney, it's mainly a dual track, but there's one section between Scarborough and Coaldale where it goes into a 1.5 mile long tunnel, and it's single track. So it's sort of like a bit of a junction. So the steam engine goes as far as there and then goes back down into Wollongong. The whole trip is roughly about an hour and 15, now 20 minutes. I'm hoping to get I'm going to be spending most of my time in Wollongong tomorrow. I'm hoping to get a ride on the train, either in one of the engines or in the car. Because I know a couple of guys that are on it. They are using the old 48 class diesel. It's like the 48 that I've got on my layout as a diesel backup. And it's working in a push-pull configuration. Now, I don't know what smelled better, the steam engine or the diesel. It had that it's an old Alco. And if anyone knows how the smell on an Alco, they have a distinctive smell, especially this engine. Yeah, it just had a distinctive smell when she fired off. And I don't know which one smelled better, the steam engine or it. So I did manage to get some good shots of them yesterday, which I will share later on. I did manage to get the ethanol per train that comes out of Nowra and goes to the ports in Sydney for exporting ethanol in 44-gallon drums. I did manage to get the flour train going down to the ethanol plant from that spot coal train and a couple of wheat trains. So I had a bit of freight traffic, but geez, it was cold.
Well, it's pretty warm here in Southern California. Yeah, and just to say to Norman, yeah, Norman, I am on the West Coast. I'm in Southern California, actually the San Gabriel Valley. So that's where you're all catching me from. And again, I want to say hello to everybody. So thank you for your kind words. Thank you. Thank you, Artie, for having me on. So if you want to kick me off whenever, Artie, feel free to. My feelings won't be hurt.
We don't hurt each other's feelings here. We just kick each other in the guts. in a friendly manner. And
I hear you, buddy.
There's no hard feelings here. There's no one to take anything serious here. I mean, if you do get out of line,
that's right.
Please, I mean, if we do step on a bit of a sore point, please let us know.
You know, Artie, I did have one question for you. Your turntable, you know, what size is your turntable?
Big. Extra
Same here.
large. Extra
mine's big too.
Extra large.
Yeah. I'm working on one. Yeah, I'm working on one for my center section.
Yeah, Walther's got three sizes. They've got small, medium, and large. I got the large one. I think she's 110, 130 foot long turntable.
Yeah, mine's a 130.
Yeah, 130. Yeah, that's the big one. Well, I do have some big East Coast steam engines as well. So the 110, I think the 110 was the next one down.
Yeah, it goes 110. Yeah. And then it goes to 90.
Yeah. I really wanted a turntable that'll fit my Alleghenies. I do want to get a couple more Allegheny steam engines. So that's why I went to 130 foot. And I did say, somewhere down the track, I'm going to get either a Challenger or a big boy. Well, I went out and bought myself a big boy. And no, I didn't buy 14. I bought, I think it was 17 or whatnot, the one that's sitting up there in Omaha. Can't remember the number of it.
The 4014?
No, I didn't get that one because every time Dick and Harry's got one of them. Oh, yeah, Outlaw, how you doing, buddy? Haven't seen you around for a while.
Well, a good thing I don't have one. I'd be every Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Yeah, so I bought one different. I do now have to get a what's his name? A Century. Is it a Centurion or a Century? One that the UP done. Now we're gonna have to
Centennial Army, the DD40X.
Yeah, the one with the two engines on it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a DD40X. Yeah.
Yeah. Now we're gonna have to get one of that just to have as a static display, like what they have in Omaha, because I'm doing that as I think for a friend of mine in Omaha as well. And she's a bit of she likes his trains as well. So I thought, why not? I'll put that up there and go, we'll see. I can't forget about Omaha because it's sitting on my layout. But yeah, I did want to get a big boy. I was thinking about getting another one, undecorated, and put my fictitious railroads markings on it, but they're just way too expensive.
Yeah, well, speaking of expensive, everything's expensive, Artie.
Yeah, but when you're on only 8% of your income, normal income at the moment, you're only getting 8% of it. And then out of that 80%, you still lose another 30% due to medication, and it takes you a month of Sundays to get that money back. Already, I'm only getting about half of my pay, so you He's just a struggle at the moment until I'll get back to work and
Yeah.
I'll get fully compensated for the accident. It's unfortunate that we do not have the US style system anymore where I can actually take the lady to the cleaners for her impatientness. I will post something down the track later on so you guys can see the accident. I can't put it on at the moment because I'm still going through the legal process of it. I'm just amazed nobody was killed. I'm amazed she wasn't killed.
Wow.
But I'm the one that's injured part. I've done the right thing, so I didn't kill anybody, and I'm the one that got hurt. So 23rd, I might be able to do any more modelling anymore for at least 3 months. Yeah, I got to stop, Norman. I need to. There are some stuff that I have. I have done some pre-orders with some Australian stuff, but if I keep on buying trains, I'm not going to finish the layout. If that makes sense.
Makes total sense. Makes total sense, Artie. I hear you.
There are some stuff that's coming out that will be what I want and what I want to run, how I want to run my layouts. I want to grab them while I still can, but while I still can somehow afford it. But my biggest problem is trying to get it built. I'm struggling to get it built because I'm going to only do so much. Because my worst problem is I can't stretch out with my right arm, and I've got to. Left one's all right. I've got to stretch out to the other side. Where I am here, I've got to stretch out and do the bolts and whatnot because I'm doing a metal frame for the next deck here. Because I can't bolt anything to the wall. I'm in a rental property, so I cannot do any fixtures to the wall. So I've got to somehow come up with a different setup on how to do the next level. The next level, I've got these. They like you see the back in the back corner. I've got these steel angles, right? And I'm going to use that as a bracing. I can actually get it as a one piece to go across here, and that's going to be strong enough to keep the layout on here without having to have any supports underneath it. They will be resting against timber behind that fascia back seam, but it's not going to fall over to the forward. Yeah, I'm not going to have any sag in it. Outlaw Railroad. His emblem looks like Ron Bryce's down in Victoria. Is that you, Ron Bryce? Yeah, so, but just to be able to lean out and just, because my hand's not the best. My right hand's not the best. I'm trying. I'll see how things go towards Christmas. Christmas time, the temperature's going to go up, so I want to lay down the track at Christmas time. I prefer laying track when it's hot. Mainly because of which from my experience here, if I lay it when it's in the middle of winter, when it gets hot, you'll start getting those kinks from the expansion with the expansion joints. If I do it during the summer when it's hot, I'm not going to get those kinks. Yes, I am going to get a bit of a gap where the track is joined, but I'm not going to get the kink in the rails, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I know my layout when it gets warm out there, where the layout is, and the track will actually start kind of bowing up a little bit where the joints are.
Yeah.
All my layout is a 4x8 table with a sectional track, so you know, there's kind of a lot more kink there on it.
Even when you do it in sections, you got to allow a little bit of a gap. Because I'm looking at some points in my layout here. Hey, Ray, how you doing, champ? When I look at the gaps that I've got now, because it's been cold, the gaps that I've got now is roughly about 2 millimeters, which is actually still good. Your train's not going to derail and whatnot. And this week it has been cold. It was, I don't know what it's like up at Gary's place. Well, that's creepy. I don't know if it snowed up his way yet or not, but I know down the ski slopes we had a lot of snow down there, and that's only about 4 or 5 hours drive south of me. Now, we are getting blasted by the winds from the Southern Sea and from the Antarctica, so it is cold. The temperature inside in this room, even with a heater on, it's been cold. So, of course, the track's going to contract. With the big layout that I had, I hope you finished.
Hey, Artie, I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Now we with the big layout that I did that in an aircraft hangar, and it was done in sections. And we had about 2-3 days of real hot weather. And when I got back to it, like on the main platform where the station was, all the tracks kinked. And then in the hidden sections, the track kinked. And it took me like a good 3-4 days just to sort it all out. And it kinked bad. And from that day on, decided, no, if I'm going to lay track, I'm just going to wait for the, wait for hot weather and just lay it down. I worked out my timber size and that, so I'm just going to engineer around it. Yeah. I just might have to hire someone. Yeah, Randall.
For where my it's basically whatever it is outside is what it is, where the layout is. It really doesn't do too bad as for king or anything like that. You know, using Atlas True it does pretty good, really. You do kind of get some waviness where you see the engines kind of bob up and down, kind of like riding waves, but it's not.
Yeah, you're lucky that you are in the basement. Basement is usually right. You're lucky you are in the basement. Basements usually do hold a consistent temperature, but you don't have such a big, huge temperature variation depending on which side the sun hits the basement. Like I remember the old place where I used to live in before we're here, it was pretty much like a basement. It was really dug out from under the house. But because the sun was hitting the walls, it did get quite warm. It was great during winter time. But it was an oven during summertime.
Yeah,
but it depends where you're at.
Mine's on the front porch, and the way the house is designed, built in the probably I'd say early 40s. You know, when my grandpa built this house, he didn't make a whole lot of money. He just built it basically as cheap as as he could. So you know, it's basically got nothing but screen wire for windows on the front. So that kind of contributes to wild timber rides where the line is. So, but like I said, it does good for where it's at. So.
Yeah, but see, Ray's right too. Ray's pretty right there too. Like, humidity is a bit of a bother being in the basement. That's one thing I was thinking about. Like, I was looking at Nathan, the one that's doing his new layout, and just looked at his walls, and there seems to be a lot of moisture on those walls in the basement. That's the only thing that worries me about being in the basement. Yeah, the moisture content, especially if you have big lot of rains like what we had here, and particularly in the older basements, because the drainage and that behind the walls is a lot different to what they are now. And those brick walls, concrete brick walls or best of rock walls, I don't know what the walls are made of, but some of them, when they do soak in a lot of moisture, and to control it, that can be a bit of a headache. Yeah, it is better doing yeah, that's what I do. Yeah, the plumber. Yeah, it's better off laying the track on a hotter day, even though it's uncomfortable, but it will be rewarding at the end of it. You're not gonna have any issues with track kinking. I mean, you hear about it in real life, and I've seen it in real life where the track's kinking bad, and it does happen in the model railroading. And I thought the gap that I had in the layout when I did was enough, but it wasn't. I think the track actually expanded that one time in the hangar, close to half. What is it? Close to 5 mil, 6 mil, which is half a centimeter. You guys can do the conversion, right? Hang on. Where's my rule? Whenever I get the rule, I'll work at the conversion for you guys. Man, I need to clean this room up. Where are we? Yeah, close to 3/16 of a gap in the Hi Janet, how are you? Yeah, between the 1/16 and 3/16 of a gap between your the amount of expansion that there was in the track. It doesn't sound like much, but it's enough if you secure your rail down with like at that time I actually used track pins, and it was enough, and it just looked like a snake that was just uncoiling itself. There was no way even the little 4-wheel wagons that I got would have made across it. I have an idea. I still trying to decide whether I just go continue dual track all the way through, or do I throw in a dual track and with a single line in one section and do something like what we got here on the south coast. But I've got to experiment with my programmer to see how it will work. I have tried on this layout here. I do have a small section here, and I've ended up having a bit of problems where one train will go in this section, and then I've got a big, huge traffic jam that it doesn't know how to fix itself up. So I have been working. I'll see if I can dig it up. I have been working on my track plan on the automation side of things. Just with a rough outline to see how the trains will act. How the trains will act in automation. With using schedules and simultaneous running. And I was able to tweak roughly about what I needed what I'm going to need to do with my future track plan. I'm just trying to find the file. I think this one's it. I had multiple passenger trains and whatnot running in the system, and there's okay. I've got the screen up. Let me see if I can. I'll just share it with you guys now. Bear with me for being slow. I'm not an expert at it like Heath is. Okay, hopefully that's. So this the way I'm configured. I know it looks like all over the place at the moment, but this is how I've worked out my layout to have dual running going from station to the bottom. Now, on the bottom right-hand corner, what you can see, that's going to be. No, that's fine, Daryl. I'm going to be going off shortly anyway. The bottom right-hand corner that you see all the empty slots, that's going to be the main passenger station and freight yard, which is above the section that I'm working on. Now, when you move to the left, the bit that you see there is, hang on, I've got the mouse. Okay, we've got the mouse. This part here, right, this is all going to be the station area, which is going to be above where I am now with existing layout. This junction here is going to be down the far wall behind me. above Randall's Run. Then it curves around. This one here, this section here is going to be a loop. The upper loop is going to be around in the city area. Now, the train works its way down. It's going to be like a little underground station here. These three track. Hang on, the mouse isn't wrong. This is going to be like an underground station. And then these three sidings here are going to be hidden storage that's going to be above or below the train station. So I can make up some of my passenger trains and store them up in there, or even freight trains, but I can put my passenger trains in there. Hey, Steve, how are you, buddy? And then it works its way down. I've got one section here, another section, which is going down the mountain, say, helix and whatnot. Instead of having a helix, I'm not having a helix, and I'm going to have it coming down the mountain. And then this is going to be the junction, which is towards my right of my screen, or right of me at home. When you come into the door, this will be main junction with the station. Now, this junction here takes you into what I have now. But then the line follows down into a hidden loop under the main 4x8 with a passing loop or a return route, and the train can go back up. The way I'm setting this up, I can actually have the train run continuous from here to this junction here, which is going to be the underground, loops around and goes back down the mountain. Now, I've done the automation on this, and it worked out pretty well. My next step, which I'm going to do tonight, I'm going to create from this section here to this section, I'm going to put a single line, and I'm going to work on the automation and see how the automation will work with my passenger trains, my freight train, and whatnot. Now, my biggest challenge with using Silver, train controller Silver, I can't designate these routes like in a dual carriageway. One's westbound, for example. One's westbound, one's eastbound. I can't distinguish that with this program. I have to modify the routes by blocking the train from entering. And I have noticed, like in some parts of it, it will actually create a traffic jam. Now, this part here that looks like a funny single track and dog bone, because Silver doesn't have a turntable icon, I've had to compromise, basically. I do have a sensor on my turntable track, which is this one here. And where all these trains are parked up here, that's in my roundhouse, and these tracks here are to my left. I will show later on in my tutorials, and I'll do a demonstration another time. I can actually have a train drive automatically from here, from the turntable to a specific track. It will actually find its way. It'll find a route for itself. One thing I do like about this program, I don't have to spend days and days and days trying to work out the routes, where the entry points are, where the exit points, and that is, like you do in JMRI. It does it for you. So all that fine calculations and that, where you got to work it out, this program does it. So that's where it pays off in the long run. I can still make my blocks restricted speed. I can still do the signaling and everything else. But the way they've done this program, they simplified the calculations in it. If that makes sense. I can still use Ray and whatnot, and some of the other guys. I can still use I'm still going to use JMRI as for the operation side of it, making up the trains and whatnot, what carriage has got to go with it, and I can still do that. I can still have a arrival and departure, a specific arrival and departure track, where I can have it scheduled, say, okay, I want to make a train to go up to the passenger section up here from the maintenance facility. I can have one as a departure track, and that train will release every 15, 20 minutes, for example. If I put a train on there and it comes to its schedule, it will run automatically up to the top. If there's no train in there, it misses its slot. Hey, Thomas, how are you, buddy? You turned up just about the time when I was about to leave, but I'll stay on for another 10 minutes. There is a lot in it. As such, I'm still at planning stage, and there's a lot in the planning. I want to get things done right now. So, if I can get this done right now here, I'm not going to have problems right on down the track. It also gives me an idea how many more block sensors than that I do need. Yeah, it pays off. So, Steve, you've been doing some modeling work. Now, I think your cat's going to tell the truth. I think the cat's going to say it done a lot of it. Yeah, Thomas Britrock. Yeah, it is a diagram. That's just a prototype. I've just been working on how my train automation may work with the layout when I expand it. I'm doing a bit of experimenting at the moment to see what will work and what not. How to do the junctions to have two trains running simultaneously. At the moment, my station, the way I've got the track work configured out, I can actually have one train arriving as one's departing. So I'm not blocking any trains. So that almost like what we have in Sydney, like there's always going to be able to have a train going in and out. It's not going to block the other one's path. Hey.
Before
Yes, Randall.
Say before you get off, I'll show you this. This is what came in the mail here about 4 or 5 days ago. That is the 10-unit impact car that I ordered to put behind my Burlington Northern ES44AC. So I didn't think I was ever going to get this thing. I wound up getting an email from Train World saying I ordered it. Actually came after all. And so, yeah, now it's got 10 trailers on this thing. So it's quite a box of cars here. But, it may be a little hard for you to see right there. They look like. Yeah. So
I was going to get some, but I was going to get some, but I at the last minute I pulled out. Yes, I will be still doing seaboard. Thomas, I will be still doing seaboard. With a bit of a twist in it. Yeah, all you guys know I'm a little bit twisted, but yeah, I'm still going to be doing seaboard. I do have a lot of seaboard stuff here in. They're all packed away in. Hang on, let me. They're all packed away. I can't get them all out. I don't have the room. And where I will get them out. I am doing some. I'm going to be doing some stuff that's going to really really stir up some of the river counters and
Yeah.
no, I'm not putting a Foster's brewery in it. To be actually honest, the Foster brewery didn't actually have a rail siding into it. Just for your information, there, Steve. The Foster's brewery, the original building, was actually they actually put high-rise apartments on it. Now it's gone. It's finished. I think a lot of the Fosters are made down in Melbourne now. I don't know where they make it now, but I won't drink Fosters. No way. No way. Actually, to be honest, I don't think we actually. Yeah, take care, Ron.
I'll go ahead.
I actually don't think we actually had a brewery in Australia that was serviced by rail. It was all serviced by road, by trucks. Nothing was by road. Nothing was by rail. Except I think the Queensland brewery where they make the 4X. In the Queensland beers, I think it did have a rail siding in it for the wheat. But no, everything was done away from rail siding, and a lot of it used to be, what do you call it? What didn't even go by road that was urgent, and the roll used to go by rail across to Perth and that. They used to put them in these modified Australian-made containers, 24 containers, where the sides of them used to open up. They had doors on the side that opened up, and they used to be able to load them up. I will get some photos of them down the track because they still do run them. But yeah, no. If I do make something, I'll see how I go for space. My biggest thing at the moment, once I start recovering and get the next layer up, I'll have my track plan worked out. Start laying the track, the main line, and somewhere along the main line where I find a decent space, I will start putting a little bit of industries, if that makes sense, because I'm only going, my main layout board is only going to be 4.5 foot wide by 8 foot. Even though it's going to the spiral is going to take up a fair bit of room as it climbs up the mountain. So I got to find somewhere in the gaps there where I'm going to put my little industries. I do want to put a coal mine and that in it. The top section up behind me on the, I'll just say 4x8, it's going to be clustered enough as it is. I do want to try to make a mini city interurban scene up there. I'll just have to see how it pans out. The track plan to do the top is going to be my challenge. Just trying to get the grades right. I'm going to try because of I get to keep my grade to maximum of 2%. Because I've got some of the trains here that don't like going above 2.5%. So, hi, Skinnick Hills, how are you? So, yeah, I'm been pretty lucky this week with my subscriber count too. I managed to get 183, so I've gone up of nearly 12 subs this week. I still reckon Ray and Rick have been pilfering my subs. Their numbers gone up, and it's like, where's mine? Where's all mine gone? I think they've taken them all. That doesn't matter. Sprinkler truck. Oh, you're gonna have to look at that. We don't call them spring. I don't know what a sprinkler truck is, but we just call them spray trucks here, or water carts. Yeah, that'd be great to weather. Yeah, I agree with you, Thomas. The asphalt spray truck. If I looked at the ones that we've got over here, they are some of them are real grotty at the back. But then again, one of them is a government department, the other one's a big company. The guys don't really want to get in there and clean it too often. Mind you, asphalt is one of those things that are real pain to clean. Yeah. So anyway, to all the new subscribers that are watching, thank you for subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate for all the people that come on a regular basis on every week that I'm doing my live stream. It's been enjoying to do. I'm running out of content for my Fun Day Friday. We still continue to do that. I've got to start get some more content on that. We'll probably. I still haven't booked it, but I'm going to have to book it tonight with that double heading train trip, which will be up in July. I will be taking a lot of shots of trains and bits and pieces from up Newcastle, which is our sister city. There's a lot more coal trains than that running up there. There's a lot more train running. Hopefully there's no track work that weekend. But you guys will see the difference in the coal trains and whatnot up there. Their coal trains up there are a lot longer than the ones down here on the south coast. There are some big freight trains up there as well that go to Brisbane. Some that go out west. And it'd be nice scenery going up. Just traveling from Sydney to Newcastle. Excuse me, there is one section there on the northern outskirts called the Hawkesbury River, very picturesque up through there. Going across the river through some series of tunnels, but you're sitting right on the edge of the river, or the banks of the river. So I'll take some shots of that out of the train the best I can. Man, I can't believe it. I'm actually... Yes, we do, Thomas. I'm not part of it at the moment. I believe there was one just recently. We do have the NRMA, National Model Railway Association, NMRA convention just recently. We are. That's right. I forgot about that. Thanks for reminding me, Thomas. You get a gold star for reminding me. I'm going to a train show next Saturday, and it's at a It's it's hosted by Epping Model Railway Club, and it's been hosted at a horse racetrack or racetrack for horses. Epping's model train Epping. Spit it out, Artie. The Epping's Model Railway Club's show is got big, so they need to find a bigger location, and that is one of the big ones now. It's nearly as big as the big October one we have here on the long weekend. But one of the biggest attractions of this show is the second-hand buy and sell. So that's the thing that you go out, try to get in, be one of the first 5 to get in. I'll try to videotape the stampede. I mean, you guys have seen the stampede of the females' clothing store sell out and whatnot. You know, you've seen them on TV shows where you actually they open the door and everybody busts in and fights over each other. Well, this is one for the model train enthusiasts, so I'm going to try to videotape that, and you guys are going to have a good laugh at it. Actually, that'd be a good content for Fun Day Friday. Now, if you lose your money, if you spent all your money on trains, you need a few bob more, or a couple of bucks extra, you go and put a couple of dollars on a winning horse, and if the horse comes first, you got a bit more spending money on trains. It is going to be a good show. I haven't been to a train show here now since 2019, 2018. So I'm hoping to see some new stuff there. It is going to be a weekend's event. So yeah, I'm going to that. And the week after that, I have my surgery, and in July, I am hoping to go on that double-heading steam train venture from Maitland to Scone, which is an all-day event. We have an engine coming up from Victoria, which was broad gauge, and it's been converted into standard gauge. So that was a big conversion they done on that steam engine. I'm going to try and find out when it's coming up so I can get up the top. Actually, it might be a good one for Creepy. I'll find out, Creepy, when it's coming up, and maybe you can actually catch it coming through Goulburn. They're bringing up one of the R classes up from Melbourne. And I believe it's just going to be its first trip up here. So that's going to be a fun event. What else we got? And that's about it now, I think. So anyway, guys, I'm going to call it quits. I've got a train to chase. Oh, here he is. Just dropped out again. Okay. It's been fun, guys. Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll send you an email. I'll try to find out tomorrow when I'm at Wollongong Station talking to the guys, and I'll ask them when it's coming up, because it's running. The Thilmy Museum is actually running it with the 59 class. The R and the 59 will be double heading, and yes, it is actually going to be coming down your way too. Yes, thanks, Steve. I'll thank everybody for coming in and joining the show. Randall, thank you for being a guest as usual.
Thanks, sir.
Daryl quit on us. Daryl's quit on us, so he's going to have to make up for streaming this week. Only paying you out, Daryl. You don't have to get upset about that. We're not upset. But yeah, keep an eye out for the week. I'll be throwing out some videos during the week. I'll try to stalk you in other people's channels. Sorry to Sidetrack Sunday crew. I may not be there on Sidetrack Sunday, so you guys can talk crap about me there, no problem. Which I probably will. Because I'm going to be doing the last of the chasing on the 59 class tomorrow and hopefully be riding on it. I don't know who's hosting it tomorrow. If one of them are here listening in, if you want me to do a bit of a live link up from the train, just throw me a link. I'll let you know. So anyway, good night and goodbye from Windy Wollongong, and I'll see you guys all next week.
See you, Artie.
Night, Al.